Hello, welcome to a slightly different video today. It's not a mashup, it's a piece of, it's not even a review or anything like that. It's just basically to share a bit of hardware that I got recently. As you can probably tell, it is the Virtual Boy. Now this thing, I don't know if anyone's heard of it. I'm sure if you're watching this channel you probably have heard of it. This was a iteration of the Game Boy released by Nintendo. I think, when was it, about 1991, 1992. It only came out in Japan and in the US. Sadly it never came out in the UK at all. Although it didn't come out anywhere outside outside Japan or America. It was only out for a year. Now the biggest problem with this thing was, well, not the biggest problem. The unique feature of this is it's 3D, or at least it tries to play games in 3D. The biggest problem with it was people were experiencing headaches, getting migraine headaches, and getting pretty ill if they use it for any length of time. So unfortunately, it was actually shelved after just a year apparently. So it's obviously one of these quite collectible items of hardware. Now I was very, very lucky. I was actually on the lookout for one of these. I first got a shot of a Virtual Boy a couple of years ago. One of the guys in a retro club, Bill, brought his along, and I really thought it was nice. I mean, to actually use it, the 3D is, considering the age, the age of the hardware. The 3D is actually very immersive. It's obviously not 3D, like it doesn't jump out at you type thing. It's a immersive 3D. It's almost similar to kind of the 3DS. But the lovely thing about this is, because you've got it over your face, it's not just a little 2-inch screen you're looking at. You're actually looking into a big kind of depth of sort of playing field. What I'm going to attempt to do, it's probably not going to work at all, is to actually see if I can video some of the game getting played with this. It's going to be very difficult, but you know what, I'll give it a try anyway. So yeah, this is a Virtual Boy. I'm actually working behind a camera here, so it's not the easiest thing. You see here, it's fairly, I don't know, it's maybe about 3-4 kilograms in weight. On the front here, you've got, I think this is a kind of focus. In fact, it says focus. You move this back and forwards. What's this for? Again, this kind of moves. Both of these are actually designed to kind of help you focus the thing. I've tried moving them. I can't see. I notice a great deal of difference. I mean, when I use this thing, the games look very, very sharp anyway. Now you'll notice, well, you probably won't notice, but this thing, the only way to actually use it is to either put it on the stand, which I'll show you in a minute, and put your face obviously up to here. Or else, what some people favour is actually lying on their back on a settee or something and having this thing plonked on top of you. There were no head strap or anything like that to actually put it on, so it relied on you actually holding it up. But the thing is, you can't just hold it up to your face, because you've got a controller with it, which again I'll show you in 2 seconds. So yeah, this thing here, this is a kind of cloth surrounding, which is it helps to kind of cut out the light when you're looking inside it. This can actually come off, but you're better off leaving it on. You can sort of see in there are two bits you look through. As I said, I'll give it a crack and we'll try and put a game in and see if it works. Probably not. Underneath, what have we got? We've got the volume control. You have got an ear out for audio output. The sound is actually surprisingly quite good. It's a kind of pseudo surround sound speakers. It's got left and right speakers, and it's actually pretty good. Underneath here is where the games slide into. Over here you've got where the joystick connects, and here it's called, what is this called? EXT. Now this was apparently designed to link some of these things up, but very sadly, because this machine was only out for a year, this was never used. I'm not aware of any hardware actually taking advantage of that thing. So yeah, you've got little Nintendo rubber things. It's actually a very, very solid machine. Feels really solid. Now apparently it's the 3D is worked using mirrors. Apparently some mirrors vibrate very, very quickly, and obviously given the age of it, it can be prone to failure. My dogs are going daft downstairs, apologies for that. But this one, I said I actually bought this off my mate Chris, and this one is in very good working order, and fingers crossed it's going to remain so. So anyway, excuse me, I'm going to pause this for a second, guys. Apologies about that. It's a true saying, never work with animals or kids. So anyway, yep, that's the headset thing. The next bit, if I can find it, go and get it. The next bit that we need is the controller. Ta-da! Now it's first impressions. It's I'm trying to think what it kind of reminds me like the N64 controller. It's actually very solid, and you know, for a redundant piece of hardware, it's actually very comfortable. Some people actually say it's a really good controller. You've got your select, start, I mean it is a Game Boy supposedly, you know, it's a virtual Game Boy. You've got your pad there. You've also got your pad here. Apparently some of the games use the two pads. Around the back you've got your, try to do this through the camera, you've got your left, or is it right, and left or right, whatever one it is. Now you can power this two ways. The power, actually, the Virtual Boy gets its power from this thing rather than the unit itself. Apparently it's got an external power source. Where it goes, I have absolutely no idea. I couldn't actually figure out where you would plug an external power source, and apparently it uses the same one as a SNES, but I couldn't figure out how it works. But I'm running this from batteries. You've got a little compartment here which takes, stupid dogs, it takes 6 AA batteries. Don't know how long they'll last. I mean, I've been playing it a fair bit and so far it's still working okay. That clicks in there. I mean, it adds a bit of weight to it, but so yeah, going back to the actual headset, because you've got to play this, you've basically got your face up against the Virtual Boy on the stand, and you're having to use that. But it's surprisingly easy to use, you know, even though you're not looking at the controller. The stand that's provided, I know some on eBay, if you do decide to buy one of these, make sure you've got the stand with it, because without it it's pretty difficult to use. You would actually have to you know, lie on your back and use the thing, whereas this allows you to actually click it in. Let's see, figure it out again. Does that go at the back, I think? Like so. It clicks in. Or is it the other way? It only seems to go one way, funnily enough. Come on. That's it. There we go. Move the camera. So there you go. That's it on the stand. So basically, yep, you can obviously adjust. Is that in properly? I think it is. No, it's not. Apologies. It says never. It's actually difficult trying to record a video when you're standing behind. Get in. Ah, that's it. It's all locked in place. So yeah, you'd basically you'd have to sit that on a table, and you just basically put your face up to that and use it. So yeah, we'll give it a wee crack in a wee minute. So that's the unit. The games that I got. Apparently there was 24. Was it 24 games were released in the US? I think there was a few more released in Japan. It's multi-region, so if you do happen to pick up one of these on eBay, you can use Japanese or US games, which is quite good. The games seem to vary in price. It's like any of these kind of obscure systems like the Vectrex. A lot of the games go for about a 10 or 20 quid, depends if they're boxed, what kind of condition. There's some games that are quite rare to find, which obviously go for more money, but I'm not aware of any multi-cart that you can get for this. But the first game I've got is, what was that called? Vertical Force. I'm going to strangle that dog in a minute. Vertical Force, never played it yet. Next one is Galactic Pinball. Next one is Mario Clash, that's supposedly quite good. This one is Wario Land, again it's supposedly quite good. This one is Panic Bomber, don't know if that's like, what do you call it? Bomberman, don't know. Then we've got Tetris, apparently there's two versions of this. There's Tetris, this is just a normal, based on the Game Boy version, and you've also got a 3D Tetris. This is Virtual League Baseball. I've played that one, I played that at the computer club and it's actually quite, oh, another Mario Tennis, got two of them. This one is called, let me see it first, Jack Brothers. Apparently this is a slightly rarer one. Never tried it yet, I only got this a couple of days ago. This one here is Golf. Again, never tried it. Wait a minute, Mario Tennis, I've just showed you that one. Then we've got Tolero Boxer. Don't know, not tried it. Then we've got this one, Red Alarm. That's actually quite nice. It's a kind of resi type 3D shoot 'em up type thing. And I've got a couple of box games. Quite nice Japanese art. Don't know what one that's actually called. No idea. I don't actually read Japanese, unfortunately. It looks quite nice. As with all these kind of games, the Japanese art's always... in fact, you know what, it's like Bomberman. Ah, there we go. There's a picture of Bomberman there. Is that Panic Bomber? You know what, I've not even opened this. This might well be a duplicate of one that I've got. Ah, right. Don't know. There's only one way to find out, and that's to open it and play it. But yeah, I got this off my mate Chris for a good price. I was really happy with it. And I've also got here a Virtual League Baseball, completely sealed. Now you might think, oh, that'll cost an absolute fortune, but there seems to have been a few things on the internet whereby stock of unopened games basically stock from shops that was never sold, has surfaced on eBay. That's why, I mean, I actually got myself a PC Engine recently, brand new, although it's one of the original ones, but it was like unsold stock. It's the same with the Virtual Boy. You can sometimes buy some of these games brand new, shrink wrapped, for not a lot of money. And again, that's a second copy of Tetris. I don't know if you can see that, probably not. It's not a very good picture. Yep, anyway guys, that's it, that's all the games. Before we disappear, let's have a quick shot and see if we can actually let you see it playing. We'll go for, what will we go for? Go for Mario Clash. What way does it go in? Does it go in up? You know what, it always helps to take the plastic thing off. Right, okay. Now you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to close the curtains. In fact, I'll not bother. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off the stand, and then I need to plug the joystick thing in. At the very least you'll get to hear the sound. So you switch on using there we go. Can we see anything? Now I can see something. I don't know why I'm not talking. This is going to be difficult to actually do. Right, let me see. Hang on, I'm going to put it up to my face just now to see how I start the game. Virtual Boy. Okay, you've got to go through automatic pause. Now, we don't seem to have any sound. Have I turned the sound down? I try and zoom in with that. Now, I don't know if you can actually, probably not, but I don't know if you can get an idea of what this sounds like. It's actually, the sound's actually very, very good. I'm trying to hold this. It's not the easiest thing in the world to try and hold this straight. Right, let me try and hold it with one hand and press the button to try and get some movement. Oh, damn it, I'm moving this about, something terrible. Trying to hold this with one hand. Mario Clash. Push start button. Obviously you'll get no concept of 3D. Listen guys, I don't know if this is working. I mean, I'm looking through this on the screen and it probably looks pretty shite to me, but hey, listen, it gives you a rough idea. But yeah, listen, I'll put this off.